All systems. All systems. All systems go.
Mr. President, we have a situation.
There's a modern-day cult classic out there, a very odd and strangely funny film called Machete, a full-blown B-movie, if you will, exploitation style. The film came out in 2010, but received enough fan praise to somehow warrant a sequel, which is called Machete Kills, and will arrive on October 11th. Machete is actually the code name of a no-rules Mexican federal agent played by 69-year-old actor Danny Trejo, who's been around Hollywood for a long time, mostly playing outlaws, banditos, and scary dudes with mustaches. Essentially, the plot of this film revolves around Machete violently obtaining his own special brand of justice in a series of ridiculous action sequences. Fox, you just recently rewatched Machete, so what are your thoughts on the sequel?
I'm excited about it. There's a place, there is a place in cinema for this, and I want to remind people, this started out as a joke. This was a fake trailer that was in the Grindhouse movie that was put together by Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, which was the sort of Planet Terror Death Proof movie, and it was a fake preview, but they made a movie out of it because so many people responded positively to it. And the first one is really a lot of fun and silly. The second one seems to be even more of that, with an even bigger cast. I'm talking about people like Mel Gibson, Sofia Vergara, Charlie Sheen, who's billed as Carlos Estevez, which I think is hilarious, playing the president of the United States. I don't think the critics are going to be as positive about this one because it's the same thing. There's just more of it. So I'm only going 52% with the critics, but I think it'll do the same thing. It'll do 11 million. For comparison's sake, that's what the first one did, although the first one got 72% with the critics the first time around. Won't be as high the second time.
All right, Jill, what do you think?
I think Fox is being very generous
with
the critical response.
He is our optimist.
That's right.
And I would agree with him on point that critics will not think that this one is as good as the first, because what made the first fun is that it was original.
It was novel.
Yeah. This one will not be novel. It will not do nearly as well with the critics. And so I'm going to go with 35%. Not that the same people won't like it, but it's just kind of more of the same. In fact, I would argue more people will go see this one. And so as the first one got 11, I'm going to say 16
That's
million.
great. I hope so.
All right, Chris, where do you stand?
I want to add in that another name that Fox left out there is Michelle Rodriguez is in this. And it's being directed, lest we forget, by Robert Rodriguez, who did Sin City and did half of Grindhouse and did the first Machete.
That's right.
A pretty big name. This may not be nearly as bad as the elevator pitch would seem for people who are unfamiliar with the first one. And I expected, like you say, Fox, to have a totally over-the-top, cartoonish, violent aesthetic.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to say just 40% positive on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not nearly as good as, like you said, the original 72. I'm going to go 13 million,
just crazy high. I mean, come on.
It was super high.
Yeah, just what it is. It's nuts.
Bananas for that type of movie, for sure. I'm going to say $13 million this one does, which is just a couple more than the original's $11 million.
Damn, you're good.